Hello, welcome to the first of many Mindset First vlogs, where we go over some of the questions that we've had in over a few weeks, just to make sure that there's everyone out there who's got a full understanding and that they might have thought it, but maybe not had the confidence to message in or comment. So that's good. We've got a few here to go through, so let's get started. So, some of the first things that you'll notice about Mindset First is that it's an opinion about things. It's a way of looking at life, a mindset, circumstances, situations. It's not fact. Nothing. I don't think anything can truly be, a fact when it comes to things like this. It's just one coach's opinion, and if that speaks to you, and you can take something from it, and it helps, and it's something that you can work on and develop yourself, then that's amazing, and it's for you, and that's what it's here for. I wish when I was struggling that I had something like this that I could come across and hear and think, oh God, you know, that actually speaks to me. That means something. I can take something from that and move forward with it. So that's what we're trying to achieve here. We're not laying out fact. We're not telling anybody how they should live their life, what they should do. People have their own issues to deal with, and it's just nice sometimes to be able to talk to somebody in a non-judgmental a way, somebody that's not related or not a close friend that you feel might later down the line judge you. Okay, so that's really what we want to get at. So that question of, what is Mindset First? What's the goal? What are we at? That's a great question. We just want to help people because it's so easy nowadays in modern life to just get stuck. So that's what this is. This is a way for me to answer everybody, because not everybody will speak up. Okay, so mindset first. A few people have said, good name, nice logo, great stuff. Thanks, guys. But I truly believe everything. People can again argue this is just a view and an opinion. Without a mindset to do anything, you never achieve it. You're never going to get what you want. You're never going to go for it. I like to simplify things because I'm probably not the sharpest bulb in the drawer, but if you're thinking, oh, okay, I want to go and get a drink. Simple. You get up and you go and get a drink, and there's not much thought in that because you're thirsty. But when it comes to something you want to achieve, something you want to get, and you feel that there could be maybe sometimes ridicule or judgment from others, or that you're not going to get there, then you don't. And we think of all the bad ways, all the bad reasons why something won't work, why it will fail, why I'll look silly, and we don't move forward for it. And it's so easy for those thoughts and opinions to become feelings and emotions, then actions. And those actions normally are, you don't do it, you stop. And before you know it, you're stuck in that cycle, that negative cycle. And it's hard to go either way because you're just stuck. And then before you know it, a day, a week, a month, a year, and you've been doing it. I did it. God knows I did it. So that's sort of what we think. And I use words like the universe or God or someone has a plan, trust the process. That I'm not religious, so, I'm not like spiritual, but I believe that there's more to life than what we know and just this. So for me, and it helps me to go through to think, well, hang on, maybe I should, maybe everything will work out in the end. Maybe trust the process, go with it, the opportunity, take it. Maybe it was put there for me, rather than me thinking, well, I don't deserve that. Maybe I'll leave that go. I'll wait for the next one. What happens if opportunity stops knocking? I mean, that's a big fear of mine. So mindset first, yeah. So we want your mindset. You shouldn't mind what anybody else thinks or says about your goals or ambitions or drives or anything you want. That's the first one. To not mind about other people and to mind your own and just work. Just work towards it. But that takes time. It's easy me saying that. And that's what the sessions go about, is just setting that out. And then you've got to set it, mindset. Brilliant. Set it. You've got to set that, set your mind, set your goal, set those tools in motion, make them solid, then you move. And first, you've got to do all of that first before you go, before you move, Because if you don't have a strong mind, a strong will, and it's set strong, anything you go for, you'll get wayward. You'll start doubting yourself. You'll put yourself down again. And then you can end up back where you were. So that's brilliant. Okay, so another great question here we had. Okay, so the fear of failure, it's one of the strongest fears we have, and it's for a good reason. But I also think that the fear of success, some people say, oh, well, I'm not worried about failing. They're worried about succeeding. I mean, I've always had the ability to speak to people and have people speak to me. It's not something I ever had to work at, but it's something I enjoy, because hearing somebody else's story and where they come from, you can just take things from it. And I just like all that. So when I decided, I've had enough of back-breaking work all day, every day, all over the world. Maybe I want to retrain and reset. I wasn't worried about failing. That's a great point. I was worried about, what was if this blew up? What was if I had loads of people calling, messaging? Then what? I've got all the training. I've passed all that. I've got that. But maybe I still feel like a fraud. Who knows? And since this has been going a couple of months now on my own, doing this, I am getting bookings. I am seeing people, and it's scary again, because then there's the fear of success again, and the fear of failure. I don't want to let anyone down. I want people, and there's all that going on. But then I just take a breath. And I think, for me personally, what helps, what will be, will be. What's meant for you won't pass you by. And I'm just going to take this opportunity. I think about this all the time, no matter what I'm doing, So it's something I'm going to go with. So yeah, the feeling of success and failure. Now, again, when I'm speaking to people, I'll say failure. So people that say, listen, I just want a little bit of help, maybe a guidance about them starting up their own company, or even going for a job interview, or a progression within work, a promotion. And if they're scared of failing, and I say, well, failure doesn't matter. Okay, we could go over all the hundreds of people that failed 1,000 times, and then they got the big break in the end. But I make it a bit simpler. Maybe I'm wrong, but again, it helps me. And I think a life up close is a tragedy, But when you can step back and have a look and go, oh, it's actually, like they say a life in retrospect and from the outside looking in, it's a comedy. So I say, this morning, or have you ever made toast, buttered toast, but then dropped the toast or dropped the knife? People say, oh, yeah, I've done that loads. Okay, so you failed. You failed making that bit of toast or buttering that bit of bread. Let's look at it. You failed at it. What did you do? Well, I just put that in the bin, cleaned up, and got another bit of bread and made toast and succeeded. Now, maybe I'm making it too simple, but why has life got to be so complex? Why can't it be simple? So I say, go for the job interview. Personally, I'd say go for the job interview, because if it fails, you fail. The world doesn't end. The world doesn't stop. As much as we think the world's out there to get us, it's not. It keeps flowing. It keeps going, and it will move on. So then you make your toast and you succeed. Same. You don't get that job. You don't get that promotion. Another one will come. You just keep going. You don't just go, oh, well, that's that done. I'll never eat toast again. Again, that's just how I deal with it. So yeah, and the same with success. You just succeed and you go, right, I've made a lovely dinner, or I've made a great bit of toast. I don't need to eat again now. I don't ever need to cook again. No. You dig in, and once you get that succeed, then you keep progressing. Yeah, another great question here from somebody is about relationships. So somebody, a few people have actually asked questions about relationships, whether that be social, so friends, whether it be personal relationships, family members, or whether it be like business, like so job-wise bosses. Yeah, so great point. You can't go, again, the way I view at it, you can't go into any of those relationships expecting something from someone else. If you know what I mean. If I went into a relationship with a mate and I wanted something from him and I didn't get it, then in my head, is he less of a friend? But then if you also have a friend that's always asking you for stuff and that's the only time you hear of them is when they want something from you, are they a friend? You have to be your authentic self, be you, don't be fake, and you'll attract the right people in business, relationship, and in friend circle. Now, I did it when I was younger. I just wanted to fit in, dealing with my own childhood things and issues. I wanted to fit in, so I said the wrong things. I did the wrong things, and you end up with fake friends, fake partners, and bad bosses because they'll use the fact that they've identified that you want something from them, and they'll exploit that. And you'll end up getting yourself. You can end up getting yourself in a lot of trouble. You can end up making a lot of mistakes. You and other people can end up getting hurt emotionally. So yeah, with that, we again in the session just go over you, be you. People love you. People like you. You're enough. And if you're not for certain people, then good. Then they weren't your people anyway. And the right people will attract to you. Again, another thing I go on about is vibration. You've got to put what you want out into the universe and put it out there, and you get it back. I'm a great believer in that, and it happens over and over again. It happens with me, and I see it with people I work with, that it happens and it comes out. So just be again, in the sessions we go over that. Just be yourself. You'll get the right wife, the right husband, the family members that are the ones that have your back, the real ones, they'll come out as well. The right friends, you'll attract the right boss, therefore the right job and the right work colleagues. But you have to be honest as well. You can't expect, I want an honest, great, respectful, ride or die person in your life if you're not that yourself. So it's old sayings again, you get out what you put in. Okay, so a couple more other questions, and in time, I'll have other people here in the studio so we can chat. So it might become a bit of a podcast, or even online. I have a chat with people, so that'll something to look forward to as well. Another one that came up a few times that I just wanted to go over as well is so future, past, present, and healing and moving forward. With that, great. Again, not going to dwell on it too much. But yeah, that's a great one. We've all, I think if you don't have anything from the past that you're carrying around with you, then amazing. But I do. So I can speak from experience, and a lot of other people do. And there's nothing wrong with anything we talk about here. It's normal, it's natural. I want to get away from that, away from talking about it's wrong and having those feelings felt wrong and voicing them right now. You can voice it to the wrong people, yes, and you'll know instantly. But myself, I always like to say, you wouldn't walk in to meet your friends with a bag of rocks and just throw them down on the table and sit down. You wouldn't go into work with a bag of rocks or a new relationship with a bag of rocks. But we do. I did it for years and ended up ruining a lot of things in my life because I was carrying around the bag of rocks, being past trauma, past issues, memories. In the end, it's you being cognitively aware of your thoughts, because they then predict your feelings and your emotions, which then predict your actions. And sadly, if it's all negative, you're going to have negative actions, which lead you right back around to negative thought. And then you're in that loop. And once you're there, it's hard to get out because then you pre-program yourself to have that thought process, and that's what we try and do. Which use CBT to get you out of that. It takes time. It's hard work, and if you're ready for the challenge, I'm ready to help. I wish I found this out way too late in life, but I'm also happy I made those mistakes, and because I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have achieved and done what I have and what I will do moving forward. But yeah, again, not gonna bore you all too much with that just now. But to move forward, you need to be happy in the present, so much that you're not dwelling on the past, and you're not too focused on the future, because you miss everything that's happening now. Like they say, tomorrow's a mystery, yesterday's history. So today's what's mattered. And when you speak to people and you hear people, and they say, "Oh, it's because," and it's everything you are carrying around is valid to you, and that is something to you, and you're making that what it is. So we've changed that, and we can move forward and make it work. So yeah. Yeah, so that's, in a nutshell, that's what we want to achieve. And what we don't want is people sitting there going, "Oh well, I don't think my issue deserves the right, to really speak to someone about." No, if it's stopping you, if it's causing you problems, causing you heartache, pain, or if you're thinking about it and it's stopping you doing something else, please, if not us, speak to somebody. Speak to somebody, because a little thing today is two things tomorrow, and and before you know it, you've got this big thing, and it could just be one little change in your mindset or the way you view something, and it'll change it out. So yeah, keep the questions coming in, guys. We're going to leave it there for today, but we'll let you know when the next one's out. Cheers, guys.